live. Marcus, if you have, whatever you got, DJ.
I don't have any special. Unfortunately, only we only have the one with our new intro.
Up in the hood, and I'm
that's
up
fine.
No good.
Right,
let's do it.
This broadcast is meant for mature audiences only. Not because of age, but because we value inclusion, diversity, community, love, and laughing at ourselves. This is an independent broadcast. Everything you hear is spoken from our own perspectives as private citizens and does not reflect any employers or institutions. Also, let's be clear, we don't always have the facts. You should absolutely double check anything you hear on a podcast. Everyone gets their mics from the same place, but not their information. If that's not your vibe, we respect the exit. But if it is, buckle up and see you at the 90-Minute Monster.
Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm back. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, cause I'm black.
Films in black and white, everybody. I think I started it before I was fully unmuted, which is totally fine. So let's do this the right way.
Yeah.
Welcome to Films in Black and White, everybody. How are you all feeling? It is a happy President's Day, everybody, especially to those who got the day off because of President's Day.
That's me.
Were you working?
No, God, no. I had the day off. So
there's
there's some sorry sons of bitches who had to work. So this is a special shout out for them.
Sons of bitches. Yeah.
Sorry for you.
Sorry to those people.
Sorry to those people. Also, a happy belated Valentine's Day to everybody. I love both of you. I love all of our Patreon folks. I love all the folks who are listening because that's what the holiday is about. It's not about romance and being with somebody. It's just about love. That's all it is. We got a great episode. It is a very James Bondy episode today. We're going to get into the I don't even remember what year, but we're going to get into Goldeneye. 1995. This was a special pick by our Patty family. So we posted a poll on the Patreon and they chose this. There's also some Patty family content coming next week that we get to talk about here a little bit later in the show. But in order to do it well, and in order to do it right, I need to kick it on over to my man, Brian Roush, a.k.a. Slappers Only. Brian, how you feeling, sir?
I am feeling good. I'm feeling good to be here and also talk about Goldeneye because I have not watched this film since in a long time, like at least 20 years. So it feels good to revisit this movie. And I noticed some things that I didn't notice as a child because Maggie and I did the math. I watched this movie like when I was 10, maybe 11, and there's a lot of stuff happening in here for a 10 or 11-year-old to understand. So lots of stuff going on there. But yeah, had a really nice long weekend. Maggie and I went to a nice dinner, which was great. If you turned into the Marco and Manny podcast, I did not have the issue with steaks as our other as our other host did. He was describing a steak that was not done to his liking.
$65 steak at an expensive restaurant that was ass.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I luckily did not have that problem. So that was good. But yeah, no, it was a great weekend.
Brian, what was the pie situation at the restaurant?
What?
Did you get a piece of pie? Like, was there what was the dessert that you had?
I thought that was an
the dessert.
Why did you randomly ask about the pie?
Because I told you all in the chat, as Brian, I imagine, is heading to this restaurant where I accidentally asked a waitress for her finest penis of French silk pie. And so I know Brian was
set yourself up.
Probably thinking about it during his meal. But that's why I was following up, was like, hey, well, what's the What's the pie situation?
Got it.
No
Thank
penises
you
ordered?
for reminding that to us. Yeah.
I avoided that. I fortunately didn't run into the
Your
faux
loss.
pas of which you described, Doug.
Your loss.
There was only strawberries and we had cheesecake and I think there was something else chocolatey. But that was about it. So I did not have any P words to negotiate at all.
Pie, huh?
Yeah, no, none of that. So yeah, no, it was a good time. I didn't have any issue there.
We have to lean in to us warts and all sometimes, and that was when I was growing up and a young man.
Excuse me, sir.
And made a
Excuse
mistake.
me, sir. Can we not say warts after the penis reference? I just would prefer we just didn't go that route.
I mean, I'm happy to do it. It is a turn of phrase.
Wow.
Right. That's what I said, Brian. That's wow.
The sheriff is asleep on the job.
I'm not asleep. I'm just. Is everybody else seeing this?
He's letting them play. He's like the
everybody
ref.
else seeing this.
I will say shout out to my sister-in-law Debbie. She took the kids Friday and Saturday night so that
Debbie?
Maggie and I could have a Valentine's Day, which was really nice. And it's hard to do when you have 3 kids. So shout out to her. Big thanks to Debbie. Yeah, give her air horns. Hell yeah. And it was also the way that I could watch the movie for this episode very easily. I watched a movie in the morning that was not kid related. I mean, I saw there's like a 70 count body count in Goldeneye, by the way.
Part of my question for y'all, but like, was when you watched this movie, is this one you were watching around the kids?
Oh God,
no. Yeah, no,
absolutely not.
I didn't think so.
Not.
But I was wondering when I was watching it. I did a recap today because I'd already watched it like a week ago. But it did make me ask that question.
But but James Bond is one of those things, and we can get into this later. James Bond is one of those things where it's like it's PG-13, but I feel like Brian, our dads growing up were very much like, no, these are classics. You got to watch.
Yep.
Like at least my dad was like,
my dad. Black parents.
We were watching a movie called like Octopussy, and he was like, no, this is good.
Yep.
Yes. Good. You have to watch this.
100%. Like I was so cognizant that it was just Maggie and I in the house. And again, we'll get to the movie later in the episode, but like there's a part where it's like they're in a bathhouse. And and Famke James, I can't say her name. Jean Grey is in there trying to seduce Bond, and they're like basically trying to kill each other. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really glad the kids don't see this. I don't want to answer all these questions right now. Did I ask any questions as a kid? Zilch. I was like, I don't know, 2 people trying to kill each other, nothing else to see here.
And in a bathhouse,
black parents were the same way with like historical. With like historical films like Roots and The Color Purple was like very traumatizing shit, but it's like, yeah, you need to watch this for the people. And it's like, well, I'd rather just watch like The Nutty Professor or something like that. But yes, I do understand the importance of understanding Roots and The Color Purple.
Some god awful black version of a bar mitzvah. Like before you go to middle school, you have to watch both. There
are requirements that we have to watch as black staples of that. But it's just a different realm than what y'all talking about.
I thought you were gonna go with like you gotta watch Shaft and Black Dynamite.
That's also important. The Shaft and Black Dynamite is funny coming out because that's never on the list, but it's always
unfortunately,
Roots.
I think that's the only equivalent I have to a James Bond-esque character is those 2 people.
That is actually, Shaft would be James Bond-esque. Yep.
I kind of love the idea that
that's true.
There is this unspoken black syllabus of films that you all must watch. I love that idea so much.
I will get into it. I should do it for next week for our Black History Month, since during Black History Month. There is a list. There is a unproven list of certified movies that if you haven't watched, then you're not black. Like, like it's part of the black cultural like scape. And so I think I'll bring that list and I'm gonna ask y'all what movies y'all have seen from it.
I love
that. We should see how many. Yeah, we should see how many of those we've seen.
I think I'm gonna pull that up right now. Actually, I'll pull it up.
You should.
We'll do it this
let's
episode.
Let's get into the rest of the intros because this is really fun. So
yeah. That's gonna.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, Doug, please tell me about your weekend. How are you?
Oh yeah, what's his nickname today?
Monopoly destroys lives. I can tell you why. So this weekend was great. Busy. We had a lot of Girl Scout cookie weekends. So anybody watching who lives in Vermilion or listening who wants Girl Scouts, hit us up. because we got a lot of Girl Scout cookies. God damn it. So yeah, but we did a great job. Brittany, as always, crushed it. Harper did a good job. So we are in a good space. Sunday, my man Marcus came over. We played a game, a 1,000-point game of Warhammer.
Are we talking about it?
On a table? We can talk a little bit about it.
We should talk a little bit about it.
Yeah. So,
spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
What's that?
We are at a 5-round cliffhanger. We didn't finish the game.
Yeah,
we didn't finish the game.
Oh
no, because I had to take the kids to swimming lessons, and I looked at the time and I was like, "Fuck, we got a lot of stuff that we have to decide. I have to take these kids to swimming." And so, whatever happens in the next round, I mean, this game could end up a draw, or depending on how things go, it could. We are point total tied going.
We
into
are
the
tied
last
and in a clash. We ended in a clash, tied, fighting for a point.
An objective point, yeah.
An objective point.
You're gonna have to live stream it. There's no other way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Stay tuned because I've got some stuff cooking that I'm very excited about. With
Excellent.
That. But we got to do that. But all weekend, my son Harrison, love him, was asking me, "Dad, I want to play Monopoly." And all weekend, I was finding any excuse not to play Monopoly, and there was always like,
It destroys lives.
It has one, it destroys lives, and two, it's one of those that like it just takes long. Like it doesn't matter. 2 people, 10 people, it takes long. Like it just takes a long time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does take long.
And so finally today, unfortunately, I had nothing else on my calendar. And Harrison goes, "Dad, you said we'd play Monopoly," and I was like, "I'm not a liar. Yep, did say that." I did. So we're playing, and I'd like to point out that I have all of the railroads, and I have hotels on the blue properties in that first row.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask periodical questions?
Wait, you have all you? Okay, go ahead, Marcus.
Because I feel like I got a little bit of a delay, so pardon me. But can I ask just questions? I'm not a father. Hey, you two are good fathers. Right.
Oh,
so I have 2 questions immediately right off the bat. When your son at 12 for Doug, son and daughter, and then for Brian, his son.
Yeah, 3 of them.
When they come up and they say, "Dad, you promised blank," what is the feeling? What is the urgency in that? What does it mean?
Depends on the promise.
Yes, agreed. Because if it's like, "Dad, you promised I would get to do XYZ," I'd be like, "Yes, I did." And I didn't say exactly when that would be. So you'll need to wait.
Yes. And meanwhile, I was like, I told Harrison, because I put him on for 2 days, I said, "I promise we will play Monopoly at some point in time over this 3-day weekend, or 4-day weekend."
Yeah.
So I was bound. So when I'm much like Brian, if I am time bound, then I got to do it. Like it's kind of one of those things of like, I just have to do it.
Second question, I'll let you get back into it. When you're playing these games, how hard are you going? Because Doug, you saying you've listed a lot of things that you've got on your Monopoly board.
Yeah.
And like, Harrison is how old?
No, Harrison is 8, almost 9.
Okay. So explain that to me and then continue with your story.
This is a game where there are some decisions that you have to make that, depending on whether or not you've been around the block a few times, you might be able to make those a little bit easier. Now, I will say, I did offer him advice. So he built hotels. Brian, I didn't have Boardwalk and Park Place. I had right after Mediterranean Avenue, that first row. Yeah. So I had those 3 with hotels on them. And he goes, "Well, I want to buy a hotel." And I was like, "You should wait till you get past mine with hotels because I don't want you to go bankrupt. So save what you have."
Okay. Teaching him while you go.
Turn. So again, trying to coach, give him a little bit of strategy. Yeah, I don't want to be like ruthless.
Right.
Yeah.
However,
I like black parents playing spade. I didn't know the whites was Monopoly version of spades.
It might be.
It might.
It might be. Marcus, my son, Marcus and Brian, my son at one point in time had tears in his eyes because he had not a lot of money left.
Yep.
And he looked at me and he goes, I just want to slap your face off.
Relatable. I've been there.
He was so mad.
Yep.
And that's when I was like, hey, this is just a game. Maybe we should shut this down.
Okay.
Like,
pause.
I literally was like, maybe we need to shut it down.
Here's my next question. Okay. When this moment happens as good fathers, what is the direction that you have to take?
I mean, my immediate response was, you begged me. I don't know how to help you. My immediate response was, you asked for this. Like, you said, I want to play Monopoly. And I said, I don't really want to play. But you were like, nope, we have to. Part of it's on you. But in all honesty, I mean, you want them to, I don't want him to take it so seriously because it is a game. So I did say, like, did sort of pause and be like, hey, like, I can see you're upset. This is just a game. It's supposed to be fun. If we're not having fun anymore, let's not do it anymore. Like, it's really easy. Like, and he was like, no, I want to finish. And it just took him a couple seconds and he bounced back. Like, he was fine and he was having fun later. I did eventually put a cap on it where I was like, all right, we each have 2 turns left.
Yep.
And then
Good. Yes.
we're at.
Perfect.
Like, we have 2 turns left. Here we go. And but yeah, all in all, like, it was fine. That moment, I'd never heard him say that before. And I started to smile and I tried so hard not to laugh. But that, like, because for you all who don't know Harrison does not have a mean bone in his body like that. Like, that's not something he would say to anyone, let alone
his
me,
father that
like
he loves.
One of his family members. So, like,
because he wanted to slap your face off. Is that what I recall? That's incredible. That's
and you know what, Harrison? Sometimes I want to slap people's face off too. So that's a very relatable and real feeling.
Sometimes it's mine. Like, we've all wanted to slap you at some point.
Even better.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, I'm glad we got to play. I'm glad we've nipped that in the bud. I also think it's hard
before he asks again.
I was going to say he's not going to have to play.
Hand to God, Harrison is one of those kids that, like, when he dials into something, he wants to keep doing it. Right. He will ask me next weekend to play. I promise.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, nice. I like that.
Good for him on the resilience. Like, honestly, because you can't teach it, right? Like, they can only experience it and you can only tell them about it. So, like, honestly, that's awesome.
And the reason why I think he'll also come back is because we didn't technically finish. So, like, neither one of us went bankrupt. Like, we just ended. And I said, should we count up how much money each person has? And he goes, no, it's okay. You win. And we just went on our day and he was fine with it. But that moment, like, I want to slap your face off. That will forever be ingrained in my memory.
Hey, you're in good company. I've made at least 2 of my 3 children cry playing Pokemon cards. So, like, I get it. I 100% get it.
I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not a parent, but I honestly wouldn't know. I might start crying. What if it's my daughter? What if it's my daughter? Like, my son. Also, I don't want to gender it out because both of them have emotions, and being a kid is like, there's a lot of complex stuff happening there, right?
Yeah, being a kid.
It's a big cognitive load. Yeah,
it's a lot, especially in Harrison's. He's such a smart and Harper is also. They are both very smart and intelligent kids that you can hold full-fledged conversations with, and they're not giving you half-ass responses. They're going to give you full responses that they feel is the right response in that way, right? So I don't even know how I would feel. I can barely tell them no when my little white nieces and nephews in the city start asking questions and stuff like that. And I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's, to be honest, there is a little bit of this. It just comes with the territory because part of it is processing, right? Like, they've never been invested in something like that before because their games up until that point have been very amorphous with no rules. So, like, no real winner-loser conversation dynamic. So, like, this is one of those things where it's like technically one person won, the other person lost. That's a hard concept for them to switch into.
It's also the dynamic of, like, you're out. Like the game will keep going and you are out.
Correct.
Like it's the exclusion component to me.
Yes.
That like is the thing that stands out with games like Monopoly or Risk when you play those with kids, because they're like, they actively know, they're like, I'm not a part of this. What the hell? You know?
And now they feel like they're being excluded. Yeah, that's a great point. That is a great point, Brian.
Like they know.
Yes. And so in some respects, I'm grateful that Harper ended up deciding not to play. So it was just the two of us. So
so it was just over.
So when it was over, it was over. But you're right. We have a hard time with that. Yep, you're absolutely right. So Marcus J. Destin, aka Shouldn't Love Be Celebrated Every Day?
Yeah.
How you feeling, sir?
Shouldn't love be celebrated every day? Question mark. As a single man during Valentine's Day weekend, it was not Valentine's weekend. It was a President's Day. Not that I wanted to celebrate that anymore. So, but
only the good ones.
I feel good. I've actually had a great weekend. Doug invited me over. We talked about playing Warhammer 40K. We did our Monty and Marco pod, which was like a great time. We did our first official episode, but technically episode 2. Which was like a great time having Damani and being able to talk. I'm excited for him to get to know the guys and integrate him in different ways to the main pod and stuff like that. And just the support we got on that. We're also almost at we're at 90 subscribers on YouTube, which is big
insane up to me.
11 on Twitch, which is also kind of crazy too. That's an insane slow build. So like I'm very excited about a lot of the growth I see with this pod after dealing with like some stream labs, trying to learn a new program, doing the Marco and Monty, and like trying to he wants to do podcasts and stuff like we're doing. So using these opportunities to kind of say what we use and invite him behind the scenes and just have a good time with all of my friends in different ways. So I went to a basketball game on Friday with Megan, John, and Jaron. So it's really excellent. Like a weekend filled with love and like a lot of different ways, you know what I mean? So shout out Marvin Richards, who's like a new player that's coming to USD next year, hopefully, Lord willing, my coach will get coach of the year. But you know what I mean? It's gonna be a good time. I had a great time. Right. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Oh, I'm looking for a second job. So if anybody out there, if you need something hosted, you need something, the times is rough out here. We got to, it's this economy.
In this economy, if you're listening to this pod, you know about this economy. So we got the perfect host for you, and he's here. You can just slide into our DMs. Okay, we'll make it work.
Respectfully,
we will. Yeah, and also invest into this independent podcast so we can make some money off this shit, please.
That would be really great. That would be really great.
It's really easy to do. You can just go to patreon.com/films in black and white. Go to one of the tiers. There's a $2 tier. We're not even asking for a full cup of coffee here. We're just saying head on over. If you want to support independent podcasts, especially ours, where we talk about everything. We choose our own schedule. We have nobody telling us what we need to cover. We covered Goldeneye because we felt like it. And we know our audience. We know that you saw this movie and you're excited for this discussion. So we're able to do this stuff because we can remain independent. And the only way we can do that is from support from you all. So head on over to patreon.com/films in black and white, whether it's $2 or $20. It all helps support this independent production. So we can talk about Jared Leto and how awful he was in Tron Ares and suffer no repercussions. Zero.
None.
Zero.
Zilch. We'll never be invited to another red carpet in the future. But for now, it's fuck with him.
Yep.
Right.
I do. Speaking of supporters, I do want to take a quick moment to shout out our Patty family supporters. These folks help make the magic happen. And as Brian mentioned, you can join that list of folks very easily. I want to shout out Chris Schultens, Roman Myers, Tim Bingham, Mason Sellers, Logan Rott, Anna Durenbos, Scott Banks, Jan Wagner, and the wonderful Peggy Roush is our newest Patreon supporter. Love to have Peggy here. Thank you so much for the love. And yeah, like Brian said, easy to join. So, absolutely. Gentlemen, we have 2 games that we were going to play. I do want to get to a fun game that we like to call Catch That Quotable.
Catch that quotable.
The silky sounds of Marcus J. Gentlemen.
First one of the second season?
I think it might be.
I
think you're right.
Second, what's the second one?
Second one, maybe. I don't know.
Second one.
No, it is. It is the second one.
Second one. Perfect.
Okay, this is a conversation between two people. Okay. Person 1. So, do you come to Milwaukee often? Person 2. Well, I'm a regular visitor here, but Milwaukee has certainly had its share of visitors. The French missionaries and explorers were coming here as early as the late 1600s to trade with the Native Americans. Person 3. In fact, isn't Milwaukee an Indian name? Person 2. Yes, Pete, it is. Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land. Person 1. I was not aware of that.
Ooh, I don't. Before the show, you said you think we know it. I'm afraid I don't know it.
Oh, I know what this is from the rip.
Is this Dogma?
Brian, this is not Dogma.
Oh, dang it!
Ooh,
All right.
Okay, can I get a hint? Because I don't know what it is, and I've not seen Dogma.
Marcus, this is based off of an SNL skit. That's your hint. This movie
is
is
it Blues
based off.
Brother?
It's not Blues Brothers.
One more hint. Let's get one more guess. One more round of guesses.
I'm slapping that hint button.
I'm intrigued.
While this movie talks about
Why is he talking like that?
While this movie talks about Milwaukee, the setting for this movie is Chicago, Illinois.
These like those facts that would be on the side like a cereal box.
I already guessed, but I just figured it out from.
Guess it again. Yeah, I want another round of guesses.
Is this Wayne's World?
This is Wayne's World, Brian.
Is it Wayne's World?
This is Wayne's World 1.
Oh, I could see that dialogue happening.
And this is the scene when
I just can't remember it.
When Wayne and Garth go backstage at Alice Cooper and they're talking to Alice Cooper, and Alice Cooper in his full makeup is the one that's like, actually it's pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land.
Yeah.
I had that like memorized.
That's really good.
I loved this.
You know what movie I thought about the other day that I really want to rewatch, like all of them? Austin Powers. Since we're in the same realm. And I want to give I've seen a couple faces there. Gentlemen, what does that mean?
I want to give a shout out to my bestie, Brian Wall. He knows this movie. He knows almost every line of this movie. And the only reason I know this is because we went on a trip to a brewery, and all of us went back to the hotel room at like 10 p.m. after doing brewery things, and we're ready to go to sleep. We put on Austin Powers. This man just starts reciting the whole movie next to me.
Oh my God.
He's going. And it is one of my favorite memories in the world. I love him. So shout out to Brian Wall.
Yeah, shout out to Brian Wall.
I would watch these again. The first and second, I very much enjoy. Goldmember all over the place.
It's all over the place.
It's very much all over the place.
It's an empty shell of itself, and that's I love Beyonce, but it almost makes fun of itself too much as a movie. Yes. So, but Doug, I'm interested. You also made a face about Austin Powers.
I just haven't thought about those movies in like 15 years.
Wow, at all?
I just have not thought about them. Like it's just they don't come up.
My favorite vocal stem ever is to sing randomly to this day. There's two from Goldmember, I think specifically.
Okay.
One is Daddy, doom, 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 doom. Daddy wasn't there to save my underwear, to save my underwear.
That's wild to me.
I do not recall that at all.
That's when he's singing about his dad. Who's like, wow. And then the other one is, they want to see, Father, can you hear me?
Oh, that one. Yeah, that one. Father, can you hear me?
Those are my two favorite things to like quote on the regular. So I like Austin Power movies.
Man. It's so weird how it was a cultural
Since we're talking about James Bond, right? Like, I feel like that's you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Even my band teacher, I remember in high school, was quoting Austin Powers, and I was like, I don't think you're allowed to do that.
No, like, not at all. Probably no.
I don't think they weren't the dirty things at all. But it was like, I don't think you can do it. You can't acknowledge you've seen that movie.
Yeah. We have to rewatch. We have to rewatch Austin.
You know
Powers.
what movie of his that he followed up Goldmember with that I have never in the history of my life watched, but really kind of want to? He did a movie called The Love Guru where he plays an Indian man who consults with a hockey team.
Didn't that
I would watch that for the pod in a heartbeat. Just
no, we don't want to watch that. How the fuck are we supposed to review? No,
because I want to see what. Because remember, he drifted in, like Mike Myers drifted into sort of obscurity after that.
He did.
So like, he did did Wayne's World. He did the Austin Powers. He was doing Shrek, and then fucking Love Guru came out, and he kind of went like,
I mean,
sort of like drifted backwards.
Where does Kanye and him and Bush fall in that timeline?
That must have been what?
Well,
Katrina was
2005. Katrina
was 5.
Yeah, so then that would have been probably right before Goldmember or right after.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Love
Guru.
It's in Shrek. It's in Shrek, like height. 2005.
This is a funny timeline.
George Bush hates black people.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out when Kanye said George Bush hates black people. Can somebody pull
up the clip, please?
Oh yeah, I'm on it. I'm already doing it.
This is for Black History Month. Thank you so much, Brian Roush. I just feel like this all connects, audience. If you hang in there, because Austin Powers is a 007 adjacent. It's supposed to be the same thing, right? It's kind of making fun of those movies, but with Michael Myers, right?
I'm sorry. It was George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Yeah, George Bush doesn't care about black people.
He stared right. This is an iconic moment. If you've never witnessed this video before, you are about to witness Black history. This is like the second time I think Kanye went to MTV and showed his ass.
For anyone joining us either via pod or like you're watching the live stream right now, I need you to know. Also, I can't find a good clean version of this, so it's going to be a little pixelated. But the way Mike Myers handles this as a live TV event, this was the context is they were doing a fundraiser for Katrina on all of the programs. I don't think we've done anything like this for a while, but all of the networks showed the same show, right? And it was for a fundraising effort. So, all right, here we go. Take us away, Kanye.
Irreversibly. There's now over 25 feet of water where there was once city streets and thriving neighborhoods.
How serious it is.
I hate the way they portray us in the media. If you see a black family, it says they're looting. See a white family, it says
pause.
Looking for food.
Hang on.
Pause.
There we go.
Kanye is clearly nervous.
Yeah,
I think I've never seen it like this before. So with my new eyes, where my brain has grown a frontal lobe, I didn't realize how nervous Kanye is and how hard he's reading from the teleprompter.
Oh yeah, I mean, he cares about this too. You can tell there's a lot happening.
Very
here.
much so.
He's getting very fired up about it. Okay, yes.
Yep.
And you know, it's been 5 days because most of the people are black. And even for me to complain about, I would be a hypocrite because I've tried to turn away from the TV because it's too hard to
pause. Look at Michael Myers. He's like, he sees it. This is the moment he sees it happening.
Yep.
He's like, this guy's about to say some weird shit.
This is the SNL in him that sees this thing happening. He knows the difference between somebody uncomfortable and on edge to say something and somebody who's like just nervous in front of a camera.
Yeah. No, this is Mike Myers absolutely using that SNL experience of like, this is off the rails, and I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna hold
and I gotta
my
save
I've even
face.
Been shopping before even giving a donation. So now I'm calling my business manager right now to see what is the biggest amount I can give, and just to imagine if I was down there, and those are my people down there.
Mike Myers has looked at Kanye 5 times. He keeps turning to him 5 times to try and catch wherever the fuck he's at. He keeps trying.
He's like, give me something I can go off of here. Come on, Kanye, give me something.
He's looking for an exit ramp at this point.
Right.
Yep.
And so anybody out there that wants to do anything that we can help with the setup, the way America is set up to help the poor, the black people, the less well off as slow as possible. I mean, this is Red Cross is doing everything they can. We already realize a lot of the people that could help are
he's saying some real shit
right
though.
Now, fighting another way, and they've given them permission to go down and shoot us.
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly.
Mike Myers describes
that silence was like 20 minutes long.
Can you go back like 10 seconds, Brian? The sigh that comes from that come from Mike when he got a look. Everybody listen.
Oh yeah, here we go. We backed up 5 seconds here.
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating, is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Uh-oh.
There it is. There it is.
Straight face to the camera.
Straight
Mike
face.
has to keep composure.
And again, that's where his improv skills come into handy because he's basically like nothing. Like, don't give him nothing.
He's giving absolutely
His
nothing.
shoulders haven't moved. That shirt that's underneath that blazer has not shifted. The wind ain't even blowing in the studio. This is the stillest moment on TV at the
Period.
time.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's 3 seconds left, by the way.
Please.
And then cut to
They
Chris
really
Tucker.
cut to Chris Tucker.
That cut to Chris Tucker feels mean.
Oh,
like
that is so
That-
iconic.
That is wow.
Oh,
That
dude,
is
man.
amazing.
wow.
Thank you.
Yeah,
for doing
no
that.
problem.
Black
No
History, y'all. Happy Black History Month.
Look, I know our audience skews younger, like younger than like 30-ish.
Remember
So
that,
if
yeah.
you don't know this iconic piece of history, I really suggest you go look for it yourself. And to Marcus's point, Kanye
He was saying
was
some real
right.
shit.
He
Yes.
was he
No, he's not
wasn't
wrong.
saying anything wrong at
No.
all. And it is more funny to see how Mike Myers is like, what's happening? That is the humor.
What's
We're
happening?
not laughing at Kanye in this
No.
moment. He's absolutely saying the
But-
truth.
Because you have to, he's very passionate in that moment about what he's saying. That he was being honest. He's being real. This ain't about, it's what Kanye says is a truth to some. That was a truth to many at that time.
Sure.
And you still, if to understand the history of Katrina, just to be all seriousness, just being
Oh,
from
yeah.
Houston,
Oh,
there
yeah.
are the ripple effects of Hurricane Katrina to this day. Like to this day, that of homes that were never rebuilt and and areas that were completely destroyed or sunk, right? So it's not about him. I'm just laughing at the to Brian's point in an agreement. We are not laughing at Ye, but Michael Myers not shifting a bit when that shit was said is iconic.
Stone cold. Just
Also-
stone cold waiting for the mark.
Also, we're still having conversations about what Kanye brought up because remember after George Floyd,
Right.
that was also like,
Right.
why is it looting and like
Yes.
all of
Right.
that was
Yes.
going
Ooh,
on in
good
that
point.
narrative. So
Yep.
we're still talking about it.
Still
So, like,
talking
it's
about it to
still
this
a thing
day.
that we gotta think
The
about.
Chris Tucker jump scare that was
Chris
worth
didn't see it
for
coming.
me.
Chris was eating a donut and they pulled him to the side. They said, "Come on, we got to go now."
We're gonna have the hardest pivot. You ready to do the
Oh
phone
my
line
God.
again
Craft
for
services
donations?
Craft
My
services will
Lord.
be there when you're done.
Poor Chris Tucker.
Yeah,
Wow.
Chris.
Shout out to him.
Yep.
Man.
Gentlemen, I have another little game
Let's
that
play the
we
game.
can play.
Let's do it.
To
Yeah.
pivot. Brian, thank you for sharing that.
Come
This
on,
game
graphic
is a
face.
game that we played once last year, called Look Into My Eyes. It's a game where I show you a pair of eyes from a character in a movie, and you try to tell me either the movie, the character, the actor, whatever you got. So
Okay.
here's what I got. All of my characters are villains from James Bond movies.
Okay.
You need to tell me either the name of the actor, the name of the movie, or the name of the character that I am showing you. All three of those I will take, and those are correct answers.
Can I pull up a list of James Bond's movie names?
Like
Or
villains?
do I have to remember? Oh no, just names. The names of the movies.
Oh,
if I
names
wanna
of the
guess
movies? Yes, I
that
will allow
cheating?
that. No, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
All
I
right.
also have the black movie list up too. So
Oh, I'm so excited. All right. Are you ready for your first pair of eyes, ladies and gentlemen?
Hit me.
hit me.
Hit me. There you go.
This game always makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
Why? Because you don't like, is it the eye contact, Brian?
It is. It is the straight up eye contact of the image.
I don't know Bond. Is this Dr. No?
Marcus, this is Dr. No. Well done, sir.
Marcus,
This is Dr.
bailed
No.
me out.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes,
This
I
is
got us,
Dr.
Brian.
No.
I got us.
That is
Wow.
well done,
I feel
sir.
safe.
Yeah.
Well done.
Wow.
All right. Are you ready?
I
Right
didn't
now,
even pull
y'all
up the
are,
list.
you're
Yeah.
one
Are
for
these-
one.
Are these all villains?
Yes, they will all be villains.
Okay. All right.
I did want to make it a little easier. Like, I'm not going to show you the eyes of every Bond girl and be like, good luck. Tell me which one it is.
I might know him because never mind.
Go
Let's
on.
take a look at those eyes,
King,
Doug.
King magazine when what you call it came out when Halle Berry was a Bond's girl that's an era.
All right, here's number 2. I think it's
a little bit of a sleeper eye.
Is this Christopher Walken?
This is Christopher Walken.
In the blimp one, View to a Kill.
Yes, this is correct. Yep, that's correct.
Brian, beautiful fucking job.
Man.
Nice work.
I remember renting that one like 3 or 4 times from the Blockbuster, and I still didn't fully understand the movie.
You should watch it now and see if anything.
I probably should. After watching Goldeneye and being like, oh,
right.
You two are 2 for 2.
All
Here's
right,
your third pair of eyes.
I'm scared.
Jesus, what? I know we had
from Russia
Dead Air
with
there.
Love.
This is not From Russia with Love. That's a good guess.
Man, I this is so tan. This is
Moonraker.
This is so tan. I don't know if it's Moonraker.
Okay.
I don't know, man. This feels. I don't know. I don't think it's Live and Let Die. No, I don't know. Man, it's so wrinkly. It's so wrinkly. I'm looking at all of these wrinkles. I don't know. I don't think it's Diamonds Are Forever.
Would you like a hint?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
This is a Sean Connery Bond movie.
Oof.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't think that's Odd Job.
No, Brian. Brian,
is this
Odd Job was a?
Is this Octopussy?
It's not Octopussy.
Man, I don't know.
Oh, You Only Die Twice.
You only die. That's what my guess will be.
I think it's You Only Die Twice.
You only die twice.
This is the villain from the 1964 movie Goldfinger.
So
that.
Wow.
We tried, brother.
All right.
So
we won for one, Brian. We won for one. We back to back like Lethal Weapon right now, my dog.
Yeah.
Gert Frobe was the name of the actor, and Auric Goldfinger was the name of the character. Gentlemen, are you ready for your 4th pair of eyes?
What's the last Bond?
Hit me.
Bond movie
James Bond
was a villain last name. Oh, this is the one with Oh my God! Wait! He's like the apple. He is the one. It's with Pierce Brosnan.
You're on the right track.
Pierce Brosnan's villain.
This is Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
This is Tomorrow Never Dies.
Well done.
Yep.
Well done.
People didn't like that one, and I didn't think that one was as bad. Him as a villain was kind of crazy because he's like, I got a conglomerate that's going to set up all of the bad stuff, so we're the ones that take over the whole media realm. But rewatching it today, I was like, that's some eerie shit because that is so real.
But we'll make the news, Mr. Bond.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Who was the Cohen that? It was
I remember it was a big deal because she was Chinese. I remember.
It was.
But she's from everywhere. Isn't she from everything?
That's Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, that is Michelle Yeoh.
Is it?
It is Michelle Yeoh. Yep.
Okay, I might rewatch Tomorrow Never Dies.
It's not that bad, Brian. I'm telling
Pierce
you,
Brosnan,
it's not bad at all.
Michelle Yeoh, Jonathan Pryce, Terry Hatcher, Judi Dench.
Yep.
I gotta tell you, when Maggie and I talk about Bond films,
Gerard Butler's in that movie.
The Terry Hatcher one, I'm like, she's in that movie for like 2 minutes. But yes, the Terry Hatcher one.
Yep.
Who else is in this?
This is nuts.
No.
It's not a bad movie. I didn't think it was.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Last and final.
Okay.
This is Octopussy.
I feel like
no, it's not. I don't think this is Octopussy.
This is a Connery one, I feel like, though. I don't feel like this is a Roger Moore villain. I don't know. Well, maybe it is. Those look like 70s sideburns.
That's what I was thinking. You see the dip in the cross?
Yeah, I'm trying to think though. Like Roger Moore did so many of these. I mean,
he did.
I think he did Thunderball. I don't know, man.
Is this Thunderball?
I don't know.
Brian, you are on to something by saying this is a Roger Moore. This is a Roger Moore movie.
This is a Roger.
All right,
Moore
so that's
movie.
not Thunderball.
Oh, isn't this the man with the golden gun?
Marcus, you nailed it. This is
there's
Christopher
a shot
Lee.
with him. That's yeah.
Christopher Lee in The Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah, I remember there's a scene with him. Jeez. Yes. It's because his sideburns turn into like a Ludacris. They do like a like old Ludacris in Fast and Furious when it was like drop and turn, like Robert Downey Jr. at the end of the Incredible Hulk. He did the down and the thing.
The drop and turn.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Doug doesn't know what I'm talking about. Don't worry about it.
I don't.
I'm gonna pull it up.
But gentlemen, thank you for indulging me. I'm gonna do more of those. This one worked really well, so I'm excited. There were a lot of ones to choose from, so
that was really hot. Like that third one really stumped me. That Goldfinger one,
which
and
is so
that
funny.
One a few times.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking at Ludacris.
Yeah, there.
We're looking at Ludacris's lines here.
What did you Google?
Ludacris sideburns.
I do think it's incredible that Christopher Lee and Ludacris had a similar sideburn composition.
That's really funny.
Man. That would have been amazing to have those two in the room. Oh my gosh.
Ludacris sideburns.
I don't know if Christopher Lee would know what to do with that. He'd be like,
he'd be like, there's a Negro in here.
I bet if he was alive, I bet those two would get along just fine.
That's really funny.
You're not supposed to be on this set.
Yeah, didn't you have a different door you had to come through?
Are you serving me my water? What the hell? Nikki,
whose boy is this?
Whoa! I should have moved on. Moved on.
Yep. The other thing I wanted to mention, and this is unrelated.
To support this independent podcast.
Maybe they should. I wanted to say, speaking of people who we didn't remember were in movies. So Harrison's been watching Night at the Museum, and we were watching the second one. Did you all know that fucking the Punisher is in that movie?
Which one?
John Bernthal?
John Bernthal is in the second Night at the Museum.
What?
Yes. He plays Al Capone.
Oh,
what?
That's perfect.
What?
He plays Al Capone. Perfect. Brian, somebody pull this up. My internet will completely betray me.
I got
yes.
Night at the Museum, John Bernthal. It is kind of crazy how you
No, that's perfect though.
That is actually a really good casting. You got it, Brian?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. I was blown away.
I did not notice that. Oh my god.
Wow. All right.
That's a good casting though. I'm sure he was excited to do that.
Oh, it was perfect. Like when he saw it, so like Ben Stiller's walking through the museum and he gets to because it's at the Smithsonian. So he's walking past like the 20s, 30s, whenever it was. And he walks past a cutout and I'm like, motherfucker, that's John Bernthal.
That is so interesting. Do you think he got typecast into these kind of roles?
John Barenthal's in black and white too.
Black and white. He's in black and white the whole movie.
That's really
is smart. He really? Oh my gosh, I need
the
to
whole movie because he's
really
a black and white cardboard cutout. So he apparently those come alive too.
Yo, I was telling Doug, I think that this is an underrated franchise.
It is.
And I'm really surprised they haven't tried to touch this again.
I would completely agree.
Yeah, honestly, they will try.
I wouldn't be mad if they tried to reboot Queel this or they tried to relaunch it, whatever you call it.
Pass it to the next person.
Because I just feel like
Tom Holland.
I just feel like there's a lot of good history nuggets here that you can
Pedro
play
Pascal.
out of. There's so many good things here.
Taking a female lead, do Zendaya.
Do Ayo, right? To take it over. That'd be funny as fuck.
Any one of them.
Can you do these movies? I mean, ever since we're defunding all these museums, can we?
No, it'll be
probably going to be the only way they learn about it.
But they'll be like, what the hell is slavery through Night at the Museum?
No, that wing is closed. We're not allowed. No one's allowed.
We can't show that. We're sorry, we have to take that down.
That's a good amazing plot. That would be an amazing plot.
Yeah. Having to put the history back, using the museum to unpack history.
I'm mad. I'm mad this movie doesn't exist.
I like that.
I
like that.
That sounds incredible.
Boys, we gotta lock the fuck in.
Yeah.
Oh my
Netflix,
God.
help us make this movie.
We don't even use the Night at Museum branding. Just bring the three of us
gonna
on.
be the
We'll pump out this script.
Spell it Night of the Museum and spell it KNIGHT.
Oh, that's too close to the KKK. I don't know if I like that.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's
We
fine.
can work. Let's workshop it. Let's punch it up a little bit.
We're gonna
We'll
put that
figure
in
it
the
out.
parking
Let's
lot.
work about that. Yeah. Also, the other realization I had, and then we can move on to talking about Goldeneye. This is just a random thought, unrelated to anything. Do you realize how many times Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus just goes into a kid without consent?
Yeah. Can you imagine
She's
what those
driving into
PTA
children?
meetings?
She's driving into children.
Yeah,
and they have no idea. Like, I was reading a book, and she just drives that fucking bus into a cut, and I'm like, she didn't ask if she could do that. She just went in there.
Can you imagine the meetings that would have been held with parents today being like, my son had a school bus inside him. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah. And then you failed him. He couldn't participate in the project. He was the project. You can't even get a fucking passing grade. And you're going to drive into his colon.
Do you know,
I don't think
know
so,
what this is going to do to his college career? Do you understand what you've done to this boy?
This is so crazy.
Oh, I'd love the class action lawsuit of kids that sue Miss Frizzle when they get older because they have cancer because the Magic School Bus went inside them.
Oh my god!
Just spreading exhaust all through the blood of the kid.
What did you think would happen?
I can't even kiss my grandbabies. Oh,
I can't walk upstairs without getting a little hoarse.
Miss Frizzle, what did you think would happen? You're driving a carcinogen generating machine across this person's body.
Oh, those are before catalytic. Those are before catalytic converters because those are leaking all sorts of fumes.
The long-term effects of putting magic in the body of kids and in the bloodstream directly has to be like your foot is turning into a hoof every other 3 days. Like some shit you just uncontrollable.
Yeah,
I mean, they were also in very dangerous situations as well. Like they went to the moon, I'm pretty sure, in one of the episodes. Like, you just took my son to the moon, and is he trained for that? No, he's a child.
Also, not to mention all the times this lady is turning them into other animals, fundamentally scrambling their DNA without any regard for the long-term consequences.
It sounds like you.
Hey, guess what? You're all lizards now. Enjoy that shit.
Oh man, I don't want to be in the Frizzle files. Okay, look, man, I just want to go to school.
Arnold was the only one that was like, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. He's actually the only sane one.
And you know what's crazy?
Like, yay!
And they were looking at him, and all of us, they made us look at him like, boy, shut the fuck up.
Nerd.
Enjoy the show.
Like, nerd.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, what a wet blanket. Let's go find sound waves.
I've derailed us, but it was worth it.
No, it was worth it. It was worth it.
Marcus, did you want to share your list of quintessential black movies that we all have to watch?
Do we want to do this thing, or we want to go to Gold, or do we want to go to?
I mean, fucking do it. What are we gonna say about Goldeneye? We all loved it. It's a classic. Give us the black movies.
Oh, I have some things to say. There's some things that happen in this movie. But yeah, let's
wait.
do this.
Let's wait. Let's go ahead and get into Goldfinger. Like, let's talk about Goldfinger. We can wait.
All right, we can come back to the list next week too.
Goldeneye. Jesus.
Yeah.
Goldeneye.
No, you're fine.
All right. Make everybody wait.
I like it.
Tune in next week. That was really my key. That was passive aggressive, Doug, and I apologize. Like, okay, fine, get us all excited, then make us wait. Teases.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about Goldeneye.
Let's
talk about Goldeneye. Should we do a barbershop?
Yeah, I think a barbershop review. It'll be like a
really high level. I mean,
very high level.
Most people listening to this have probably already seen it.
I'm gonna explain it like an old black man, like a middle older black man at the barbershop trying to explain it to one of his homeboys.
Okay, I'm into it.
This the golden. It's like it's the not Goldfinger, but it's like Goldeneye. Goldeneye is this one. My boy Brosnan, the boy Pierce, put Pierce in there. Batman. Oh no, that's Clooney. That's Clooney. So anyway, Pierce Brosnan, he comes in, right? He comes in. He got this fine little thing. They go and they take over this giant weapon, right? And she the only one that can hack it, right? And she looked good as hell. And they thought that the people that stole the satellite, they came to destroy and kill everybody that had anything to do with it, so they could take it and use it as a weapon. Turns out his homeboy stabbed him in the back and was a former agent with him, and he lost him. And so they spend the whole movie shacking up with this lady who's from Russia. I think the old girl from X-Men was in there, the one that Cyclops was crying over, the little $5 haircut dude. And then they got to chase him all over the world so he could beat him and get the weapon back.
Yep.
Well, all right.
Essentially.
Hey, nailed it. I mean, that's essentially it. Yeah, you nailed it.
Wow. Okay.
I
didn't really feel like y'all were enthused with my new version of the barbershop.
This was like a new character for me, so I was soaking all of it in. I was
you know what? You did take me. You did take me there. You took me there.
It was like I felt like I was doing some Mr. Bojangles type shit. now that
I didn't want to say nothing. Yeah, a little bit.
a little tap dance. I don't like how I did that. We gotta remove that from the files.
No, it's there now.
I don't like how that looks. That digital footprint is fucked.
Oh, I mean,
it's good.
Look, you were doing something, and I was like, okay,
Marcus,
here we are.
During Black History Month. Shame on you. All right, let me give you the budget, cast, and everything while Marcus figures out things about his life. Pierce Brosnan plays James Bond. Sean Bean is in this. He plays, where is he? Sean Bean plays Alec Trevelyan. Famke Janssen plays Xenia Onatop. Isabella Scorupco plays Natalia Simonova. Judi Dench plays M. Alan Cumming plays Boris. Robbie Coltrane plays Valentine. John Doe Baker plays Jack Wade.
Okay.
Minnie Driver's in this. I didn't know that.
For like 3 seconds.
Desmond Llewellyn plays Q. And I think that's gonna do us on all of the big ones.
I feel like next time y'all should stop me.
Well, you were like, this is the character I'm doing, and I was like, okay,
Brian, I don't need supportive dad right now. I need protective friend.
All right, next time I'll be like, are you sure about that?
Hey, bud. No. Hey, bud. Are you sure?
Now we know. Okay.
The budget for this movie was $60 million. The box office for this movie was $356 million.
Oh my God.
This is $1 billion movie in 2026 dollars.
And this was
Did you even say that's it? Like 60 million wasn't a lot back then.
This was after Timothy Dalton left.
Right.
And so this is the first time Pierce Brosnan is playing the role.
Yep.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite Bonds.
Oh yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So who saw this? I mean, Brian, did you see this in theaters or did you see it at home?
I recall seeing this in theaters with my parents.
Nice.
I think I saw this at home.
Yeah, like and we owned this too, by the way. Like even when it came out on cassette, we owned this movie. I've seen this movie a lot in my youth, which is why it was surprising that I caught on to some of these things as a 30-something being like, oh wow, that's like kind of some deep stuff for like even a Bond film in some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I
saw this at home, and at the time this was one of those moments where like Goldeneye was just everywhere. I watched it with my friends. We played the N64 game. Like it was just everywhere all at once. So this was sort of like and I remember liking this. And I think that's when my dad was like, hey, I got a lot of other these that you have to watch because they're classics. And so, you know, that's kind of how we went from there. Well, Marcus, when did you obviously saw it at home.
Yeah. No, yeah, I saw it at home. And I think I saw it. God, the first time I watched it, I think it was on FX Spike TV. It was an old channel that was just showing movies like all the time.
Spike TV.
I know that's a pull. That's kind of crazy. I said that shit out loud. Yeah, I think it was like on Spike TV at the time, and that's when I saw it. But I played the N64 game, like y'all mentioned.
Oh yeah,
before that.
I mean, reruns of the Man Show You watched Goldeneye.
Yes. Yeah. Isn't that the right channel for that? Like, you know what I mean?
You're right. I mean, it was Comedy Central.
No, you're right. It was Comedy Central. You're right.
But I mean, yeah, there's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Brian, you said you discovered some things as you were watching this. So take it away. What do you got?
Yeah. So, like, I mean, this is more of a discussion than like a hard and fast review. I mean, I feel like this movie is highly rated. People have good memories of it. Obviously, the video game cemented its legacy, which came out 2 years after the Goldeneye movie, which I always think is interesting. But the one thing that I want to focus on is like the part as a kid that I like always just kind of skipped over or didn't really connect was the fact that spoilers for Goldeneye, Sean Bean's character, Alec Trevelyan, thank you for the spoiler alert image. Hell yeah. Like he's like, well, my parents were Cossacks. And as a kid, I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means. Moving on. And he goes on to detail like, and when they surrendered to the British, they were turned over to the Russians, but they survived. And then my father unalived himself, and then my mother.
Yep.
I did not connect any of those pieces as a kid. Did not understand it. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, that's a lot of baggage to be like, that's why I'm evil.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know nothing about Cossacks or World War II. So imagine my surprise. I'm like Googling and I'm like, why would the Cossacks surrender to British people? Like that, I need to understand this more. It's because they fought for the Nazis. And I feel like that's a detail this movie leaves out.
Just kind of smooths over.
It smooths over it so fast. So incredibly
I did
fast.
not know that.
Yes.
Yeah, unless you're up to date on your World War II Russian history facts.
And like I was blown away. I'm like
makes
watching
a
this
lot more
movie. I've
sense.
watched a bazillion times and I'm like, I should probably understand like what the history context there was. Yeah. So they fought with the Nazis to like separate from Russia, essentially. Things didn't go their way. We're going to speed up that history lesson. And so they're like, we'll surrender to the British because at least they'll treat us okay. But because of the Yalta Treaty, and feel free to Google that for folks watching and listening, because of the Yalta Treaty with like, they had an agreement with Russia. So like all these Russians, they basically, so that surrendered to them, they had to turn those POWs over to Russia. And the rest is history because Russia did not treat them well after that. So I think that is a absolutely nutty motive for the main bad guy of this Bond film, in which they totally gloss over, like, well, yeah, his parents fought for the Nazis. Don't worry about that. He's really mad at everybody. And it's like, yeah, but why? Can we talk more about all the whys here?
No.
So
No. The why's not really important. The important thing is he's mad.
Exactly.
Can I go back and just let me hit. Let me see if I can.
Okay. What are we hitting?
Are you trying to do another barbershop summary?
Because no, and you're supposed to stop me. No,
we'll never do that.
Dropping that history, Brian, that was really fire. That was really great because I did not know any of that, and that makes so much more sense than like there's this dude who's mad at his parents who worked for British intelligence that is just turning his back on British intelligence.
Yes. And I appreciate that. And I learned all this Saturday morning as I'm watching this movie. Like, I'm like, yeah, I've seen this movie. I know what to expect. And then I'm like, Nazis? Like, just
Saturday morning cartoons is looking different, boy. That's right? Crazy.
Like, and it's so, and from a storytelling perspective, I really want to look at these writers and be like, you really think that's the line you want to go with here? Not just you left me for dead. So yeah, I want to kill you. Just shocking to me. That was the thread they chose.
How many people knew that common knowledge when they went to go see this movie? I guess
I would say very few.
No, in 1995, I doubt people would know.
And also it's a James Bond movie, and that's not a dig. That's just me saying it's highly unlikely that someone is going into it really being like, you know why I came to this James Bond movie? Because it's really important I understand all the villains' motivations. Like, like not to be an ass, but like no one's like, I was on board for all the exploding, but those villain motivations didn't make sense. 1 star. Like,
nope. Nope.
And there's no internet in that era, right? Like there's no phone that you can hop on to do that research. So that's a really interesting. That just kind of blew my mind. That's something that
You had to read a fucking book to figure that out.
Yeah. Like, and it blew my mind too. Like, I couldn't believe it because I'm just like, that feels really important. Like, because you're like, oh, Sean Bean, we feel so bad for you. It's like, no. Like, his parents associated with Nazis, just like, can we just maybe bring that up? No? Okay, fine. We're going to keep moving on. Like, a lot of bad stuff happened to you. No lie. But, like, hey, that seems like an important detail. But Pierce Brosnan's James Bond is like, that's why you betrayed me. Just stone cold killer the whole time. He's like, that's why you betrayed me.
That's why you betrayed me.
Yeah.
That is absolutely crazy.
No, that was my big learning thing I wanted to bring.
I also am a little shocked with how comfortable James Bond was with hitting a woman in this movie. That's the thing that stood out to me the most.
She had a gun.
Marcus, if we tried to make a movie like that now, there is no way any studio is like, have him beat the shit out of this woman in a fucking bathhouse.
She was trying to kill him. She's
an
assassin. These hands is bisexual. Like, what do you want me to do?
So I have a fun fact about that scene, and I'm bringing up my source right now. But basically, Famke Janssen, who plays Xenia Onatopp, pause for laughter. When they're in the sauna bathhouse fight scene, she told Pierce to, like, hey, really go for it. Throw me against this wall. Yes, that's one of the reasons that scene is so intense. And because she told him to do that, she broke a rib. Yeah. So that fight scene, like, they're actually fighting, and she Pierce Brosnan broke her rib in the sauna fight scene.
It's a really good scene, though.
I mean,
right?
It's a great fight scene.
It's to assassin, and to the hands is the thing. That's not to DV. That's not laughing at DV. That is like he has to be a spy and an assassin to actually fight against. Like, this was the first movie I think I felt like I saw where this is a villain and she is fighting to kill and moaning while she's doing it. Like, there's a lot of that Bond shit happening in this film. But that's a really good scene, the way that they shot it.
Yes. I'm trying to bring up a picture of it. None of them are safe for work, and I don't want us to get in trouble with YouTube. So I'm not going to bring up that picture right now. But you can go find it for yourself on IMDb if you're really curious. Watch the movie.
Send it to me.
Drop that in the group chat. No questions.
Just pop it there in the group chat. Yeah. All I have.
Of course.
Films in black and white. Yeah.
Welcome to Films in Black and White, where our tagline is
Season 7.
Yep, they did it.
I feel like I really like Goldeneye. Brian made a couple points that I want to make sure we hit on about the mass shooting that happens in this film. Right?
Yeah.
Because he made a good point about it in the chat when he brought it up, which I didn't even realize. But I do vividly remember this movie because I remember Pierce Brosnan. Where you get Pierce Brosnan when it's what's the one with Halle Berry in it? Oh my God.
That's Die Another Day.
When I catch him at Die Another Day versus this Bond, they feel like two different versions of Pierce Brosnan in his run of James Bond movies. But he's very debonair. I think he brings new lore. And they kind of soften the woman. It felt like they tried to soften the womanizer from what we've seen in, you think they did it with Daniel Craig, but then I realized, like, well, they really did tone down and give the Bond women more motives behind what they were doing in the film and how they were attached to the film. And it's like, he's sleeping with him, or like Sean Connery slapping him, like, doing some wild shit,
Yeah, it's funny. This thing. this movie does this thing where it's like, we think you're a relic of the Cold War, Bond, and you can't be this womanizer. And he also has like a sequence with Moneypenny where she's very defensive towards him, and then M is like, I think you're the worst, and I don't care. I have to send men to their death every day. And the movie kind of tries to like make a point of like James Bond for the new era. We get it, and then the rest of the movie does not follow suit at all. It's like, how about we have a fight in a sauna where they're just wearing towels, and then when he gets with Natalia, they're together now, and she's integral to stopping the plot now. Like, just because you do it less doesn't mean he stops all the way, and it kind of like misses the point. It's like it kind of just feels like I'm 14 and I just learned this. That's the vibes it kind of gives in the writing of like, I just learned about feminism. Anyway, I'm gonna go treat women differently. Like it doesn't have a ton of follow through, is what I'm trying to say.
That's a really good explanation.
If you look at it, Pierce Brosnan was 42 years old when he did Goldeneye. Marcus, he was 49 years old when he did Die Another Day with Halle Berry. So maybe they were trying to be like lean into that, like he's getting older, so like we have to slow it down. He has to slow down a little bit. Obviously, unsaid entirely, but maybe they were like, "Yeah, Pierce, you're 49. We're not gonna have you fucking like jumping off of a dam.
That is
like
true.
You're gonna have to slow down a little bit."
Well,
that is
and
true.
It's funny. He talks about how he's afraid of heights, so he didn't do any of those stunts at all in Goldeneye, which is fine.
There's a plane scene in here. Yeah, I think like there's a lot of stuff that Bond got a little bit more active, and there was a little bit more detective to Bond than like I think I remember when I like revisited this film. Like there was a little bit of legwork that had to be done. It wasn't solved in like the lead ended up going with him for the rest of the movie. It wasn't like you just found her, dumped her. She was just in this mass. They come to the facility where Goldeneye is being held, and the gunmen shoot down everybody in the building, and then they're going to try and blow it up so they can defeat the evidence of where it came from.
Right.
She survives that shit somehow. And Brian made a point that how desensitized, Brian, how did you word it? Because I don't want to misquote you.
Basically, I mean, and if you're not familiar with the sequence, I mean, basically they go to the secret bunker, and then Jean Grey just uses a machine gun to like murder everybody in there.
Shoots everybody. Yeah.
They're not combatants. They're all like civilian computer programmers. And like seeing the scene now, 30 years later, it's like, oh, that's a mass shooting. You just put a casual mass shooting in your movie, and from like everything that's happened over the past 30 years related to that, it is kind of wild that I saw that as a kid and I was like, yep, this is fine. I'm sure this isn't going to affect me anyway growing up. So it is kind of one of those things where I feel like for people our age, when we see this stuff, it's like, yeah, I might be desensitized because I watched a movie where Xenia just murdered a whole bunch of civilians and the plot moved on like just right away.
Damn.
I feel like this was right. Hold on.
Are you looking at the Columbine?
I was just about to say
that's exactly what it
is.
Columbine was 99. This was 4 years before.
This is 4 years before. So you can just put this in your movie, move right along.
Nobody has to think twice about it.
That don't hit the same now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot more terrifying now, 30 years later for me.
I don't think you could put a sequence the way they did it in a Bond movie.
No.
In this era. And I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing, by the way.
It would be interesting to see. It would be interesting to watch The World Is Not Enough, because The World Is Not Enough came out in 99. So that would be interesting to see what did they do with that? Like, and how did they get around it? Because my guess is The World Is Not Enough had sequences in there, maybe where there was a lot happening and they ended up cutting it. It's also sort of how like movies changed after 2001, like after everything was.
That's also true.
Yeah,
that's also true.
What you see with that growth in Bond from Daniel Craig, I mean, to the Bond as a womanizer point, they kind of do. You see that with what they try to do in Daniel Craig's versions of Bond versus what we see now versus the iteration before, because I think I'm interested to see what that changes in Bond as they go through this new Villeneuve, as he writes this new Bond and directs this new Bond era. Like, what is that? What would they?
Dennis
Dillon.
Denise.
How much shut the fuck up now? Y'all go.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, I do think, to your point though, Goldeneye, you watch Goldeneye, and we reviewed No Time to Die, so we've talked about Daniel Craig on this pod before. We've also talked about his clothing style as well. But like you watch Goldeneye to Die Another Day, and you're like, I understand completely why they went bare bones to Daniel Craig, because even in Goldeneye, there are these fantastical elements, like driving the tank in Moscow. That entire sequence almost feels like a Marvel like set piece almost. Like, it's a really cool set piece, by the way. There's not a lot of CG in it. Like,
no, it's mostly practical.
Yeah, and that was a joy to see, by the way. There's also some miniature work in this movie.
Yeah, when they blew up the facility at the beginning, that was a miniature. Yeah. The Severnaya facility was a miniature. Yeah. So they
y'all just knew this, or y'all picked that up watching?
You can tell by watching that's
obviously the facility. I could tell just based on the scale. I didn't know about Severnaya. I actually didn't know that. But that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that I think that was really. I also think it's really incredible how the James Bond movies have evolved with the way in which espionage and spy work has sort of evolved. Yeah. So, like, in the 60s and 70s, it was very like you're putting on a suit and tie, you're going and shaking hands in the right places. But then right when we start to get into the 90s, that is when we're starting to see folks do a little bit more infiltrating. And it's why that line from M and others stands out so much at the beginning, where it's like you think you're a relic of the old times, because he's wearing a suit, he's driving a car, and he's hanging around women. Like, that's a very espionage of the 70s and pre-Cold War, pre-fall of the Berlin Wall type of vibe. And then even as we evolve into Daniel Craig, it's a lot more guerrilla style of you're right there in the thick of it. And it's very interesting to see how Bond has evolved over with what our perceptions as people have been of what it takes to work in that world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a great analysis. What the fuck?
No, and I think that's great, and I think that's one of the reasons I love Goldeneye, because it is the first Bond movie after the fall, like after the end of the Cold War, and like that was the Russians. The Russians were the main villain, like somehow connected to the bad guy, any Bond villain for 50 years. And I think that's one of the reasons I appreciate Goldeneye, is that it was trying to turn the page of like, these guys don't exist in the same way they do. So having a criminal organization led by an ex-British operative, they're like, that's spicy at the time. To like, that's new and like, and I think what you also see some of the other stuff here of like Bond always has to escalate to like some world-threatening endeavor, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons I feel like they paint themselves into a corner for Die Another Day, because it's like, well, we got to keep one-upping ourselves. So we got an EMP. Next movie, we're controlling the news. Next movie, we're going to detonate a nuke in the Baltic Sea. Next movie, I don't even remember. I know they're flying a plane.
That's pretty spot on. Yeah.
And like, I can't remember what
diamonds I feel like in that one.
Well, the one with the diamond, I think that's the one where they're trying to flood. Oh, they're trying to flood London or something like that. Yeah, and the diamonds are in it. They blow up in this boy's face. He has a whole racial transition. I think
that's
he goes from like the North Korea. It's like a Korean army or something like that. And then he turns into a white man.
James Bond is captured by North Korean agents and must serve a grueling prison sentence. He's finally released and convinced that someone in his own agency betrayed him. He escapes from custody and travels to Cuba, hot on the heels of Zhao, played by Rick Yoon, the agent who put Bond behind bars. Meanwhile, Bond begins romancing NSA agent Jinx, Halle Berry, as he uncovers a scheme concocted by Zhao and British millionaire Graves involving a highly destructive laser.
Yep.
So lasers. World-destroying lasers.
And the Zhao and the other guy, I think, are brothers in his father's general army in North Korea.
Yeah.
So the billionaire is one of the guys.
Oh my gosh.
From North Korea into a white man.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you reminded me of that bonkers plot.
Man.
Like they really tried to one up themselves, and it almost feels like a superhero movie. Like some of the stuff they're doing in that film.
There's no way this is real.
No, please say it, please.
Hold on. There's a woman. There is a woman who has produced. She works for Amazon MGM. She works for MGM.
Okay.
And she was the assistant director on Octopussy and A View to Kill. She was an associate producer on The Living Daylights and License to Kill. And she's been a producer on every single Bond movie from Goldeneye to No Time to Die.
Who is it?
Her name is Barbara Broccoli.
Yes.
Barbara Broccoli?
Yes.
That's
when I read
that's a Bond villain's name. Somebody's using
when
that
I
as a
read
scapegoat.
Barbara Broccoli, that's why I was like, there's no way that's a real name. Like
She's
like immediately, Babs, I'm sorry, but your last name is bonkers.
How did you catch that, dude? That's a
there's
great
like a
catch.
whole boardroom drama here, and I'm gonna say that like because I've heard she was basically in charge of everything Bond until the MGM Amazon deal. So
oh shit.
Yeah, so that's why it's such a big deal that like Bond is now under or it's owned by a different studio company, because she's been at the helm or helming it or influencing it forever. If you know, so that's why this next Bond is going to be kind of such a big deal.
I did not know
How
that.
in the world? I wonder what decisions she has been making over these years of like what's yeses and what's nos, because that's such an interesting films in black and white, y'all. Support this independent. I'm learning so much history about this shit. Like this is more than just a bang bang shoot 'em up. There's a lot of like franchise history behind this thing.
Yeah, so the Broccolis like were the ones that owned like Bond, and she like if we're doing the boardroom drama, she was like in line of succession with her half brother, and I can't remember his name.
Wilson.
Okay, yes, and so they've been the ones like basically driving the ship.
And they retained creative control until 2025, so they are no longer in creative control of Bond movies moving forward.
Did they give it up or did they take it from them? That's so interesting, man.
I mean, I think they backed up dump trucks of money. I
would have did the same thing.
And I mean, honestly, at that point, it's kind of a George Lucas situation. Go ahead, Doug?
All right, so Broccoli started working. God, fucking Broccoli. Broccoli started working in the Bond series at the age of 17. She worked in the publicity department for The Spy Who Loved Me. Then she was an executive assistant on Octopussy, and she progressed to role of associate producer on The Living Daylights. The most significant role has been producer of Bond films with Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig. She took over from her father and on Goldeneye. But in February 2025, they announced that they would be ceding creative control of the Bond franchise to Amazon MGM Studios, forming, quote, a new joint venture to house the James Bond intellectual property rights. They reportedly sold the creative rights to Amazon for an estimated $1 billion, with the exact structure of the deal not publicly known. Despite ceding creative control, Broccoli and Wilson chose to remain on board as co-owners. So they are still co-owners of the franchise. They are just not driving the bus entirely.
They backed the fucking truck up on their ass.
$1 billion?
They
gave them $1 billion.
Yeah,
that's like selling the fucking Lakers. That's like Genie Bus.
That is exactly what that is.
I mean, in all honesty, I get why they sold. It kind of felt like at the end of Daniel Craig, it was just kind of like, yep, this is kind of a logical endpoint. Like, and I feel like in today's world, espionage work is completely different than what James Bond started off with. And I still think there could be a really cool modern James Bond story. 100%. Like, I just think it's not going to be these high stakes, world ending events, right? Like even Goldeneye to a certain point, it was like, we're gonna EMP you, and it's like, yeah, I mean, maybe you will, maybe, I don't know. Like when they went to the Daniel Craig format of like, hey, this private banker, he's a bad dude. I was fully on board with that. That was Casino Royale.
And even like with Quantum of Solace, that there was a cabal of people behind the scenes pulling the strings. mean, that's entirely believable. I think that's the base for some real life conspiracy theories. So like this is not outside of the realm of possibility for anyone.
Well, that's what connects all of those Daniel Craig movies the most. I didn't realize how Spectre was always there from the beginning, from the first James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Because every villain is a leader of Spectre, even Javier Bardem. Like, to your point, that was a technological... Skyfall was so AI technology. He took over all the computers. Like, that's a story you can tell right now. Moving forward is making it like a digital warfare. We don't need this old man in like this new digital warfare, but maybe you do. I don't know.
Yeah.
You need a young man.
Right.
And James Bond and 007 is a screen name.
And he's new.
Oh, man.
He's new to the 00 program, still making mistakes.
Honestly, I've always thought it would be fun to go really meta with it and have the current James Bond find out they're not the first James Bond or whatever. And they find out that like James Bond 007 is a code name they've given to people since the 50s. And like you could connect all the people, all the actors, right, that have portrayed James Bond. I feel like
they haven't done that yet.
Well, when I looked it up, the universe is, these are all separate universes. Because I had the same question about why is Judi Dench M in these transitional periods of Pierce Brosnan to Daniel Craig.
Right.
And it's just said to be that these are individual universes. They aren't connected. They're not the same. Because I also had the same question about the James Bond thing. It's like people from the FBI being called Langley. Right? Hey, my name's Langley. That was in the 18. Right?
Right.
He's like, oh, I think I'm in a Langley back in the 70s. He was like, yeah, different guy. But so that was a code name. I always wondered, was 007 the code, or was it James Bond?
Yeah.
Good question.
And honestly, I think what's so cool about Goldeneye is that I like how they're coming at it from like a top-down perspective of all the legacy. And even though it doesn't fully work, it is really fun to see them be like, nah, this character, we don't know what this character does now in this new world. And they try to do the internet thing, which is just amazing to look at now in 2026. And they're not even using like AOL Instant Messenger. Like they're using DOS. I don't know. This film brought to you by DOS. I don't even know. But yeah, that's one of the things I've appreciated about James Bond, that each actor had its own universe and you didn't have to worry about baggage from one to the other. And I feel like that's one of the, I don't know, that's one of the enjoyable things about the Bond franchise. You can pick one up and you're fine wherever you're at.
That's true.
You can pick, very easy, and put it right back. Yeah, they stand on their own legs pretty simply, which is nice.
Fellas, I do love a James Bond film. Like, after Superman franchises, 007 is from Pierce Brosnan. That's about as far as I go back, if I'm being honest. But I do love the spy tropes. I love Q. I love M. I love I love a James Bond film. Like that shit is up there for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, no, they're hard. They're so easy to watch. They, you know, they're not like super. They're not trying to fool you like some movies that have a twist. They're not trying to catch you. They're trying to say like, no, this is pretty straightforward. Like, we're gonna show you our cards eventually. You're not gonna see them now, but we're gonna flip it over. You just have to hang in there.
Right.
They're easy to follow.
The villain is not a secret at all. You're not finding out who the villain is. Like, you're like, nope, this is the villain, and they are bad. There is no bringing them back to place.
No, we're not getting any Ursula fucking origin stories here. Like, we are.
I'm surprised we just now got that.
Straight up. They're bad. There's no ways they're not bad. Like,
no, and that's funny you bring that up, because each film is basically set up like, here's the bad guy. Like, they're briefing the audience as much as they're briefing Bond, and they get away with it. And it's fine, right? And the tension usually exists. Like, can James Bond fit in so he can find the thing? Yes, of course, but it's always fun watching him do that. I think Moonraker does a good job of that, and they kind of do. They also give this investigative element to Moonraker too. You kind of don't know exactly where it's all going. There's like a gas, but there's space shuttles and there's lasers and there's a car that goes underwater. You're just kind of along in there. Yeah, this guy with metal teeth trying to bite James Bond. Who knows what that's about? Like, it's, I don't know. There is a nice, it's, the structure of it lends itself to easy watching and having it be enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other thing I wanted to talk about quickly is theme songs. This Goldeneye theme song with
good.
Tina Turner.
Tina
Turner.
Tina
Tina
Turner.
Turner. It's Black History
Tina
Month.
Turner.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was trying to shorten it and make it Turner. Like, what's wrong with me? Anyway, but yeah, that's a fucking good one. Like, I would love to go back, and I'm sure that there's a Spotify playlist somewhere, because I would love a fun. The other thing I was thinking about doing, other than to look into my eyes, was like a blind rank James Bond intros. So like,
good.
Whichever's coming next. So yeah, because this one's
I think
up there.
Skyfall. This one's up there, and I think Skyfall is next. Because James Bond also gets away with those funky intros of the 70s dancing, the multiplying. The bullets are going to turn into a double helix to give you a hint into what the theme is. Like it's like, yes, give me that shit. I want that.
Yeah, I enjoy the foreshadowing of the movie in the theme song. Like, you don't need to show me clips of the movie, but hey, this, because Goldeneye was like, hey, there's a lady with two heads. Oh man, I wonder what that's about.
What does that mean?
Oh no, it means that's Janus, the Roman god of doorways. That will be important later. Nobody knew that, but like, still, it's fun. It's fun that they give you, a shred of hope. Yeah,
I want Kaylani to sing. I want Kaylani to be the next one to sing a Bond movie.
Chris Cornell's "You Know My Name" for Casino Royale is also up there for me. Man, "Live and Let Die" by McCartney, I feel like, is also talked about.
Die.
I also felt like because Quantum of Solace might have had a good one too.
Oh, what was there?
I might remember it.
Casino Royale is a really good Bond movie. Like, that's a really good Bond movie.
Casino Royale goes back to y'all's point about how it goes. I think, Marcus, you were talking about how it goes guerrilla, like with its with its tone. And Doug, you were talking about it's like they fight in a bathroom. There's a high stakes info dump in a bathroom. Like, you don't see that. Like in Goldeneye, they play it off as a joke. Like, isn't it funny? Pierce Brosnan's in a bathroom and he's got.
I had to stop at the toilet.
Right? Meanwhile, Daniel Craig's like, I'm gonna drown you in this dirty sink in the bathroom. And you're like, this is James Bond.
I'm gonna run on the roof.
It says there's two rules to being a Bond. How many kills do you need to be a Bond? You need 2. They explain all of this shit in the beginning of Casino Royale.
That's right. That's right.
Because that's why they explain how he got the second kill. The first kill was that guy. The second kill, crazy. Anyway, crazy.
Yeah. Let's see here.
They're not franchising. Yeah. Austin Powers.
Oh wow.
Austin Powers. It leads right into Austin Powers. Gentlemen, anything that you all else wanted to chat about as it relates to Goldeneye?
How long do you think Netflix gonna have 007 on their platform?
I didn't look. I didn't see the deal, but I mean, like, I think this is on there for at least 3-4 years. I mean, I think they saw the writing on the wall and they knew they couldn't turn as much of a profit as they could giving it to Netflix. So I think it's long term.
Okay, I was just wondering because they dumped them all on there, beginning to end, and it keeps getting recommended to me, and that's a lot of Bond movies.
It is a lot of Bond.
Kind of like the Star Wars situation on Disney Plus, where it's like you watch one Star Wars thing and then it's like recommended for you, and it's everything from animation to like the one shots to the Tales of the Jedi. I mean, it's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how it was when I went down my Alien rabbit hole. I watched one and it was like, so obviously you want to watch all of these fucking things, right? And you're like, well, no.
Can I skip Requiem? No, you want to watch it. And it's like, damn.
That's how I know the robots aren't going to beat us yet, because like any of these algorithms, they only pick up on like keywords, right? So like I watch one James Bond movie and it's like, hey, you want to watch Octopussy? It's like, no, I'm good. It's like, okay, well, how about Man with the Golden Gun? It's like, no, I'm not in that mood anymore. Don't you understand? And then it's like, I feel like it's shouting at me, but it's like, it's more of what you like.
Yeah. They haven't figured out that they're talking to people. They still think like, oh, I'm a robot. The natural thing a robot would want would be to do the rest of these, right? And they're like, no, I'm a person. My thoughts and feelings change. Oh, I don't know what those are. So, but once they figure out we're people, they're going to be like, did you enjoy Goldeneye? You'll also enjoy the Great British Bake Off. And you're going to be like, oh, fuck.
This is the last point that I want to make about this on this, because I know we want to wrap it up. But do y'all also get changes in movie covers on Netflix. They show me all of the black characters for James Bond. I don't get the first post. So whatever the image is for the movie, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to Netflix, what I noticed is it will swap the covers of the movies based off of movies that I'm watching. So when I was watching like a lot of black movies, when I watch black movies, it shows me the black characters from those movies to make it more appealing.
It does not do that to me.
What? I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Because it wants me to click it, and it's like, wait, that's like a third-tier black person in this movie, but the camera shot from the movie still is going to be of the black character.
So the robots are like, obviously he's black. Show him more black things.
Show him more black things because that's what he seems to like. So show him more of that.
Oh, that. I knew we've talked about our thumbnails before, but that's another level.
To me.
I figured you out, motherfuckers. I got you.
Man.
Happy Black History Month.
I also don't like that.
It's wild. It's very wild. And it can't be a coincidence because the black people that I'm seeing are not black leads. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Stay woke.
Yeah, gotta keep your head on the swivel. That's
man, the algo is trying to get you.
Yeah. That's my one contribution. Now, that should make up for that black barber I did earlier now. So, forgive me.
No, we haven't forgotten it. And I don't think we ever will.
This is a learning experience for everybody.
Next time I do an accent, and you try to be like,
I went race to race.
Yes, we have an agreement. White people accents, open season, man. You track those suckers down, bring them in.
Those aren't the fun ones, Brian.
You want those suckers down.
You tag those fuckers and bring them right in.
That's the sheriff I know and love, baby.
You tag and bag those ones, man.
Yeah. Gentlemen, anything else you want to say about Goldeneye?
No, we need some merch, man. I need a hoodie with a sheriff badge on it. Let's say brand.
I need a shirt that has like press A to Guatade on it. That's what I need.
So good. It's got to be like a Nintendo, but it's like
Guatade. Gentlemen, what do y'all have to plug this week?
Hey folks, I'm here to tell you about thelovenerds.com. That is the business my wife runs. She watched Goldeneye with me as she worked on thelovenerds.com. Shout out to my wife, Maggie. She's the one that talked to me about Goldeneye, helped me realize all these fun thoughts that I got to bring to the pod today. So go check out her website, thelovenerds.com.
Absolutely. Marcus, what do you got?
And make sure you follow the mantra, never offended, always humble. My good brother, Soul Tie, SOULTYE, just dropped No Love Lost. So you can go get that right now on all DSPs. You can also get Katie the Poet's new album on all DSPs too as well.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to the Marco and Monty pod. Yo, we kicking ass. That little Eminem radio shit. Both of those playlists are available right now, okay, on Apple Music and Spotify, thanks to the money now. And nice. So we're going to get the ball rolling. I'm so excited to do this thing. I love that my brothers were able to watch while they've been so busy with over the weekend, seeing Brian pop in, seeing Doug pop in too as well. So that's super fun. Love the support we're getting for that. So Marco and Monty, that is the thing. I can't wait for Brian and Doug's pop-ups. Those are going to be so fucking fire. We got a real network building. Now, what I need is women. I need some female representation to add to the network. I probably should have
not the way I thought you were going with this.
That was on me. That's on me. That's on
what
me.
I need is women. Well, all right. I mean,
I was like, I don't know if that's okay. Got it.
Hold. Maybe he's
no. I was like, no. He's got this. But I need to check my face, and I did not.
I also did not.
Good reason to watch the live stream.
Yeah. Anyway, follow the mantra, never offended, always humble. You dig? You know what I mean?
The female gaze is what I would appreciate. I would love a female gaze. That would be nice to have. I want to plug this podcast. Hey, if you enjoyed our conversation
I would love the female gaze. Yes, I would love that. I'm telling Brittany.
There's no good way for us to talk about it.
Nope.
Hey, if you enjoyed our conversation about Monopoly and James Bond and all of the things, World War II geopolitics of Russia and the Baltic states.
Old black granddad impersonations.
Yep. Or, Marcus's barbershop impersonation.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Recommend us to a friend or a family member, or head over to patreon.com/films in black and white. Sign up for a tier there. Gentlemen, we have a 3-step process to. Oh, wait, hold on. Next week, wanted to put a plug in this while we're talking about it. Next week, we're going to be watching. So, one of the benefits of being a 3rd tier member of the pod is you get to tell us what we have to watch. So, next week, we have a Patty family pick from Roman Myers. We are going to watch the Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yes. I've seen this a lot. Marcus, have you seen this before?
I've seen it one halftime.
Yep, that's where I'm at too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've watched this a lot, so I'm very curious to go back to it. But no, we're gonna do that. So stay tuned to that next week. But we do have a 3-step process to success. Brian, what is that first step?
Hey, that first step is read a book. And really, just read a book to be an interesting person. I just finished reading a book about social media. It's called Extremely Online by Taylor Lorenz, and it just chronicles the start of social media to where we are now. And I learned a bunch of weird stuff that isn't going to be necessarily applicable, but it's super interesting. So read a book, be interesting.
I like it. Marcus, what's that second step, sir?
Make sure you drink some water. Treat yourself to the nice stuff. I haven't seen a Voss glass in actually years, now that I think about it. So get yourself some Fiji, some smart water. Get some of that water that got electrolytes in it. Treat yourself to the nice stuff. Treat your body right. The weather is nice temporarily, so it's great to go get that vitamin D in, but drink some water while you do it.
Absolutely. And be sure to wash your ass. Hey, look, just because Valentine's Day is over, don't mean you got to stop. Like, you got to keep washing. You got to keep scrubbing. It's not a one and done type of deal. The ass requires maintenance, and that involves a routine scrubbing. So
that's why we reheat leftovers.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Sure.
See what I'm saying?
Nope, sure don't. But here we go.
When the holiday's over, you reheat. It was Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm with you.
Got it.
I missed it. That was over my head.
Ass is hot?
No, that's on me. That's on me.
I don't think so.
I'm struggling this episode.
No.
I don't think
Big
so.
swings. Big swings.
Hey, swing away, man. Sometimes you got to take risks. They're not
I'm
all
going back to season 5, Marcus. Don't worry about it. Fuck
it. We loved this episode. We hope you loved this episode too. We'll be back next week with another fantastic episode. But in the meantime, the between time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next week.
That was so bad, man. Oh my god.
No.
You want to carry us out on that barbershop?
That was a lot. 3 of those. I know, it's kind of sad. I'm really disappointed in myself about it, but that's okay.